Hey guys, I am so sorry. I'm not sure what happened, so I am redoing this. I do apologize, and we will get Heather back on here and do a take two. So very sorry about that. Anyway, I was saying early on that I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend, and I know we are, gosh, so many things to do, errands to run, house to clean. Some of you are having vendor events, so that's fun. Oh, we're back. We are back, Cheryl. Yes. Let me go ahead and get Heather. Yes. Not sure what is going on. There we go. Popping in.
Yes, I am back. Sorry for
Yes. Yeah, it's you know what? I noticed that when Heidi did a video earlier this week, and it was kind of looked a little bit like where somebody tries to put the tiles together and has all the different colors and stuff. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Who knows?
With these videos. But let's wait and let's everybody get into their seats. And guys, while we were waiting for you, I was complimenting Heather on her color of lipstick. So she's using the Cocoa Berry, and I was saying that it's that it comes in your kit. And when you go to use it at your parties, I like to use a lip brush only because, or you won't use a lip brush because you won't have enough for everybody to use, but use a one of those Q-tips that are designed for lipstick. I think they have a pointed tip and things, and you'll find that most people, when they look at each other, it'll be a different color on their lips. That's what I love about the Cocoa Butter Berry. And I don't know if there's any of our other lipsticks do that. I don't know if that's why they were so smart to put it in your kit, but it's just such a versatile color, and I love it. And what did you say you have with yours, Heather, that makes it so striking?
I put the Cool Blush liner underneath, and I line my whole lip with it first, and then I go on and add the Cocoa Berry, and and I can darken it. I can put like an extra coat on, and it gets a little bit darker. It's really a very interactive lip color. And I say for most people, they get a little nervous. They're afraid to try it. I'm like, oh, give it a try, and they usually fall in love. So
they do, yeah. And I think it's the same thing. The reason I like using a brush instead of applying it is because you can build it, and you can use a little more. You get a little more definition when you use a brush. The same thing, guys. You've heard me talk about the BB cream, and Heather teaches us about pressing. Certain, when you use something that's more of a cream based or a liquid based, to press it in to get the lasting, the staying power. And that's why I love using a brush, our smaller foundation brush, because you can press the BB cream in and get the first pass. And then when people say they just don't have enough coverage, let it set for just a few minutes, let them get a drink or something, then come back and do a second coat of the BB cream, because you can build. And I love the fact that it's a little more natural look if they need to have a pop of color than just trying to put blush on without any foundation. And it does have those peptides and the anti-aging. So their skin is really being fed quite a bit. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. We have quite a few of you joining already. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I appreciate you guys being here. I especially appreciate having Heather on the call. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the call over to Heather, because we really realized, Heidi and I talked about this quite a bit over the weekend at the Leader Retreat. We realized there are so many of you close to earning this trip. This trip was the easiest trip to earn ever. And we realized that there are a lot of you maybe not on track, but you could be on track if you really pushed in the month of February. And guys, listen, especially for recruiting, the month of February is one of the most powerful months for new consultants to start. So you sign them now, get the $50 signing bonus, and then they start in February. They've got a Valentine's Day theme. So you've got a lot of gift giving ideas. They've got our discontinued, our last chance to purchase items. They've got a chance to get the news out about March launch. So it's a new product launch in March. And all this happens within their first 30 days. It's really an exciting month for all of your new consultants and all of you also. So let's take advantage of what Heather is going to be teaching us today and take notes And I want you to take this time over the weekend to get excited, engage with those individuals that you haven't had a chance to say, gosh, have you ever thought about doing something like this? Direct sales has been so popular. I would love to have you join Lemongrass Spa and try it for 30 days. And do you notice, guys, I know I tend to always nag you guys about this. I don't say, have you thought about joining Lemongrass Spa? Because nobody has thought about joining. We're the best kept secret. We have the best parties. I mean, we are the coolest parties in town because we are so unknown. Your new consultants are going to be pioneering new products in their area because Lemongrass Spa is virtually, for all intents and purposes, a new company to a lot of you and a lot of the areas. So really take advantage of the fact, instead of saying, have you heard of Lemongrass Spa? You say, have you ever thought about trying direct sales? I'd love to introduce you to what I'm doing. I'd love to introduce you to Lemongrass Spa. I mean, get them into the mindset because everybody knows about direct sales. Someone that they know, someone in their family, their friend circle has already either it's in direct sales or has tried it. They will validate that they've heard about it. And then you explain why you have decided to go this route and what made you choose Lemongrass Spa as the way to have this extra income and this adventure in your life. So make sure you take notes, but especially make sure you're looking through the lens of who could you invite before the signing bonus goes away, and think about that as you're taking notes and you're building that bridge between January and February with Heather's ideas. So Heather, take it away.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'm excited. There's a month left for the incentive period, just about a month left and some change. There's a month and a few more days. And ladies, that is plenty of time, especially if you're teetering on the edge. You're thinking, maybe if I make that one push, I'm going to make it. Whether or not you have an incentive trip in mind, all of these tips that I'm going to share will help you grow your business. And I will tell you, my first incentive trip, in my first 6 months with Lemongrass Spa, I earned the incentive trip. And I didn't even realize until the month before the end of the incentive trip period. And I had to push, but I did it and I was able to do it. So I'm going to give you some of the strategies that have worked from year to year to do that final push. But when you do this, whether, again, I don't want you to think, well, I'm not near the incentive trip, so I'm not going to do that. This will build your business either way. So definitely just have that mindset. And for me, it's always the 3 C's. Having constant contact with my clients, being consistent in my business, and caring. Those 3 C's together have landed me where I'm at now today with Lemongrass Spa. And I find that a lot of us will be hit or miss in our business. You know, some weeks you're more on it than others, and there's normal ebbs and flows, but you just can't check out for weeks on end and expect your business to grow. So when I say consistency, you need to show up in your business every single day in some way, shape, or form. And it's so easy with all of the scheduling tools that Facebook has. You can schedule out your all of your posts for the week if you want for your page, and it's going to automatically post. So your business is working even when you're not actively by your computer or actively making calls. So be so consistent in your business with that. Commit to it. And it's not that it takes a large amount of time to do that. When I sit down on Sunday evenings and I schedule out things for my team page and for my business page and also for my VIP group, it doesn't take that long. I'd say maybe 30 minutes at a time, you know, to sit down on Sunday evening and plan out that strategy. And then it's auto posting. So all I have to do throughout the week is check into my page about 3 times a day. I check out in the morning, midday around lunchtime, between 12 and 1, I'll check in because that's a spike when people are on Facebook about that time. And then I check in again in the evening. So my life is still happening, but I'm still being consistent throughout the day on touching my business. When it comes to getting that booking ball, we're first going to talk about bookings because that's a component of our business that we can't live without. You can't rely on a reorder business and think that that's going to be enough to make you grow. You have to actively be engaging your clients, and you have to be seeking out those bookings. So for the girls that are close to the incentive trip, this is your time. You're going to go all out. You are going to do your own booking blitz. You don't need any team leader or director to lead you in this. You can lead yourself, and you should start to rely on yourself to do these things. Your director is there to encourage you, but really when it comes down to it, it's up to you to make this happen. So I want you to start calling all of your past hostesses and give them an offer they cannot refuse. Maybe you're going to say, you know what, if you book a party with me in February, you're going to get an additional $25 in free products. That's what I do. I offer $25. Basically, the first $100 of that party, the commission, I give back to the hostess. For me, I kind of look at it like a vendor fee. You know, you would pay probably $50, $100 at a vendor event to maybe gather some leads. If you have a hostess, you give her that $25 back as a thank you and free products. And because she's going to expose you to anywhere from 6 to up to maybe 20 gals at a party that are going to be there to order, and you have a captive audience for about a 2-hour window. So it's worth that giving back. And so you give them an offer they can't refuse. And then look at the people that you've met at parties that have shown an interest in hosting. This is the time that you call them and you offer them the same thing. Make it irresistible. And so that would be basically a booking special that you're offering them. And at the events that you schedule, you should be playing booking games. And you can do this at any time. You can play it at the event. If you have a Facebook party, you can play that booking game online. You can play the booking game in your VIP group to get people interested. Just say, hey guys, I'm going live at 8 p.m. with a game, and I'm going to share with you what I've developed over the years. And this is so, and you can modify this, you can change it in any way. There's so many different booking games out there, but I like this one for so many reasons because I can have a lot of control over this. And so I call this the Lemongrass Green Goodies game. And so I have about 6 envelopes here. And in each envelope, there is a special treat. So I'll tell them about the game and say, okay, ladies, I've got this special Lemongrass Green Goodies game. You pick your envelope and then open it up, and in it is a prize. It could be anything from free shipping to $25 off when you book your own workshop with your girlfriends. It might be a free trial size product. And so they'll open it up. They'll pick their envelope, and this feels like a gift. You can also do this with cosmetic bags, like you can get some of the pretty cosmetic bags at Target that are like this, and you can call it the cosmetic bag game, which is kind of a fun thing. You can buy them in bulk. You could let them keep the cosmetic bag if you want, but I like to recycle. So on the front of this, it says pick an envelope for a chance to win a door prize, free trial size products, free shipping, 10% off your order, or $25 in free products. And this one says, congratulations, you've won the door prize. Now, the door prize doesn't necessarily have to be a bar of soap. It can be whatever you choose to get. And this is the other thing is, if you were running low on your stock and you don't have anything to give for a door prize, you just put it in their order. So easy breezy just to tuck it in their order. Or if you want to wrap it up really pretty and stick it by all of these envelopes on the table, it's tempting that way too. So I like to have something physically on hand. But if my stock has dwindled and something hasn't come in, I'm not stuck saying, okay. And it also implies to that person that they're going to place an order with you today, and that's going to go in their goodie. And so I've got all of these items pre-formatted in a PowerPoint presentation, so we'll drop them in Coffee with Kathy. But make sure you're doing something to get bookings, because in one of these, I have to find which one. I should have probably done that in advance. But it's got the, actually in 2 of these, I've got 6 envelopes here, and 2 of them have this. Congratulations, you've won a spa workshop experience with friends, plus an additional $25 in free products, and I'll bring the wine. So I just bring 1 bottle of wine with me. And it says you may choose to hold your workshop at your home or mine. I always offer that. I have an office space set up with all of my products on display, and it's actually my preference that they come to me if possible, but I'm flexible, and if they want the party in their home, we'll do it there. It just depends upon the person. But in a grouping of envelopes, you can stack them to be as many of these as you want, as many workshops. So right now, in this grouping, I have 6 envelopes, and 2 of them are workshop parties, but you could go up to 3. If you're needing bookings, go up to 3. What this does is open up a dialogue with that person. Now, I still will say, if they get let's say they got a trial size product, say, oh, you want a trial size product, but you know what? If you book a party tonight, you can still get the same offer. So you don't want to exclude just don't assume that that person's not going to want to book. You still offer at checkout. When you're doing that full service checkout that Kathy has trained us so well on, you still offer her the trial size product plus the $25 booking incentive. So make sure you're doing something to keep that booking ball rolling. It's so important. That's what fills out our calendar, and that's how we grow as a business. We grow by meeting new groups of people, and then in those groups of people, you're going to have potential hostesses and then also potential teammates. So make sure you're doing that.
Heather, can I just say something about the envelopes, because I know what's going to happen after this call. You know, they're going to want to know how to put the envelopes together. Guys, listen. Go to your dollar store. That St. Patrick's Day is out. All the stuff on St. Patrick's Day. Gather up green stickers, green envelopes, something green, you know, and store them to do something like this for the rest of the year. You don't have to have, you know, that template that Heather has. You just have to make sure when you hold it up that you're excited about it because you shopped for that green envelope and it says what you want. You can say what it says on the envelope. It's what's inside the envelope that is so important, that you have that $25 to attach to whatever you're offering them as a booking gift. You say, and you get an additional $25, because somebody might not be as excited about upgrading their trial size, but they will be super excited about the $25 in cash. And Heather, when do you normally do this booking? No, at a party, I know we do it. We do it after we've talked about the products and everybody has their wish list, and you admit, or you give them permission to admit, I have too many things and I can't bring them forward to my checkbook. But on a virtual party, I love the fact that, did you notice, guys, Heather calls it a workshop. I call it mine classes. She calls it a workshop. For those of you that are saying my friends are partied out, I'm thinking, how can they be partied out? We haven't offered them a party. We don't offer parties. We offer 30-minute facial classes. We offer, you know, meal makeup look classes. We offer hand spa experiences. So with Heather's, she's calling her virtual, her Facebook workshops. And you can set them up as workshops. I call mine classes.
Classes, session, workshop, just don't say the P word, because that makes people recoil because they don't want to be committed to that. When you're using these other words, you're letting them see that there's going to be value added to this. This isn't just a direct sales party, but they're going to come away with information. And when they were like, well, a workshop would be good to bring my girls to, versus a party implies, oh, it's direct sales. Get out your checkbooks, ladies.
Yes.
Happen. Now, when I play this, I will talk about it in the beginning when the girls first get seated, and I'm like, I know you see that little gift there. That's part of the door prize. When we get to the end of our chat, I'm going to share a little bit more with you about that. And that, number one, gets their eyes looking at it, gets them thinking about it, so they can't wait to see what's in these envelopes. But like I said, I've done it with envelopes. I've done it with cosmetic bags that I bought in bulk, and then they were able to keep them. But I found that, you know, what if I only had 10 cosmetic bags and 12 people showed up? So I just have these 6 envelopes. When the free shipping is taken, and then when the door prize is taken, I just set those envelopes to the side, and then I leave the rest of them out, and they can pick from like 4 different envelopes. Or you can have 10 envelopes and maybe have 4 of the book a party, or not say I said the party word, but, you know, host a workshop, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then when I do a Facebook party, what I like to do that's part of my wrap up, and that's part of that, because I would say we're going to play a game at the end for prizes. So stay on to the end with me for a chance to win. And I said, and I let them know, you know, so one of the prize is a door prize, and for when I do on my online parties, I'll do an information kit as my door prize. Because, and what I'll do is take a look at what the girl has ordered, who won, and like if she did body care, she's getting a facial kit. If she did facial, she's going to get a body care. And so I just try to do it that way.
And you let them know that if you go through and say, and there's 3 of you that that will win a spa hour or a facial with your friend. So you let them know one of these envelopes is the
Right.
workshop or the
Yep.
class. Yes.
No, I don't tell them how many, because I don't want them to think, oh, well, 3 and then there's no more, because everyone still gets offered that at the
Okay.
full service checkout, because I'll let them keep whatever their thing was and say, would you like to also do that party? If you get on my calendar today, you'll also get that $25. So yeah, everyone still gets that opportunity, but this opens up their mind to the conversation that's going to happen when we do their full service checkout. And then, like I said, you can just do this fun little game, go live on your VIP page. If you're needing bookings, play a game like this. You could do paper sacks and, pull that out. It doesn't have to be fancy. What it needs to be is a heart connection with that person and fun. You got to have fun with this game, because I will tell you, I've had to actually pry these envelopes back from women, because they've got their little treat that they won and they're holding this. I recycle those. Could I have that back? And they're like, oh, I'm like, I've got it written down that she won the $25. I won't forget. So it's that it feels like a gift, and that's what she wants.
Yes, and somebody asked, you have these prepared ahead of time. Each envelope, guys, before you go live, before you go to your in-home parties, you are strategic about what you put in those envelopes, because, and this is where Heather said, you have to reinvest back into your business. That $25 has to be in your mind, the fact that you're going to get a booking from it, and you're going to begin in front of 6, 8, 10 people simply by investing $25, which is a no-brainer.
Think about it, it's actually less than $25, but because of the discount, it really is. So, and I wish I had done this in the beginning of my business. I didn't do this in the beginning of my business. I might give like a lip polish and lip butter, but this is something that's so enticing to people that they just absolutely bite every time. Most of the time they'll bite. Sometimes you have to work on people. And I've had people say to me, I'm not going to host. And a year later, I'm ready to host a party, because they'll say, I'll never do that. I never host parties. And then they become ready to do it. And I encourage you, if you have a spot in your home, to make it into a little spa area. That always is an option for ladies who are so busy. They think of the idea of getting their house together, to have friends over. I'll say, just grab your girls and come on over. And so that's always an option. And I usually have my hostess bring a little plate of whatever she'd like to do. I don't do the food, but I'll have beverages out.
Right.
So,
yep.
The hostess doesn't need to drag that in. So I'm going to move on from bookings and a little bit about the parties. We're going to go into a theme that's been really popular, and that is the deal of the day. So that's been a really big popular thing. Kathy, you've shared some training on that, and I do something slightly different than the deal of the day. I do a steal of the week. And so this is a new thing that I'm implementing with my team. We're all going to give this a test bed run in February, but I have a feeling it's going to be really popular, simply because I've already chatted with my VIP group, and they are just jumping off the rooftops happy about this. So the steal of the week is, each week I'm going to pick one item to deeply discount and then offer flat rate shipping on their order when they purchase that item, or if they make any purchase that week. So how this happens is, on Sunday evening, I'm going to go in and set up my shopping link for the week. And then I'm going to send out an email to all of my contacts in the back office, letting them know what my steal of the week is, and the fact that they have flat rate shipping. And ladies, that's whatever you want to choose. If you want to choose flat rate shipping of $6.95, you can do that. You can say flat rate shipping of $5 or $4, whatever you prefer. So take a look at what you want to give. So I tell them about that, and they have all the way until Sunday at noon during that week to order that steal of the week. They can choose to order the item that's deeply discounted, or they can choose anything else and get flat rate shipping. And I'm doing this 4 times a month, so there's going to be 4 different steals of the week. And that is something that my clients are so excited about. And then one week, you could turn that into like a mystery hostess week. So one of your ladies that orders through that event will get the mystery hostess rewards. An important thing with a mystery hostess event is, as those rewards build, to start posting about them. Okay, now we're up to $40, $50. As that pot grows, more people order because they want in on the chance to win. So that is an option to do as a steal of the week, and that gives you a reason to go live during the week and explain the benefits of that product that's deeply discounted. So because I have so many clients reorder with me several times during a month, there's not just one, sometimes twice, sometimes I have a girl, I've had one girl order 6 times. I'm like, girl, you got to get your shopping list together. So, that's one of those things that you really, it's a customer service benefit. And ladies, I know some people are not about giving discounts, but I will tell you that is what has grown my business. It's because I'm generous with that discount. They keep coming back to me, and it goes beyond that. It's not just a discount, it's customer service. They greatly do appreciate this. I mean, I had so many ladies saying, thank you, Heather, you're so generous. And I want them to see me in that regard. Do we still need to make a profit? Yes. So just you take that into account when you're trying to figure out how much you want to give, to make sure you're not giving away the farm. You don't want to give away the farm, but you can still give some. So that's something to try.
Heather, what are some of the items that you find, what have you started to think about with the steal of the week? What are some of the things that you and your team are conjuring up? And guys, for those of you that are team members that have team pages, I suggest after this call, you go live in your team pages with your team. You've taken great notes, and you talk about what Heather just talked about. So Heather, what are some of the items that you find personally that you love to offer because you know that's something that engages your customers?
Right. The serum, the healing elements, the things that they love, the things that I see them consistently reordering. The most popular items are the ones that you do want to deeply discount. If they get a deal on that, and then they're getting a deal on this flat rate shipping, not free shipping, flat rate. And Kathy was one of the ones that pioneered that for us, sharing with us the benefit. We don't want to just give away free shipping all of the time. We really want to still be making a little bit of profit off that. So if you're discounting a little bit over here and then a little bit over there, you're not going to lose quite as much. Hold on just a second. My doggy wants to go out.
Yeah. And guys, the reason I don't say don't ever offer free shipping, I wouldn't advertise free shipping. You can go ahead and offer free shipping to a particular customer. I have a lot of Pampered Chef hosts, as you can imagine. They always get free shipping from Lemongrass Spa. But when I do a deal of the day or steal of the week or whatever, I always say, and you're going to get flat rate shipping, or I'll say your shipping, for this week is capped at $5. You'll never go over. It doesn't matter how much. So I describe it. I don't, I make it sound like, I do a little description, but there are certain people you will want to offer free shipping. However, you don't advertise it. You don't announce it. You tell that person, oh my gosh, I'm going to pick up your shipping today. That's what they remember as Heather. They're saying, my customers say to me all the time, Kathy, you're so generous to me. You're so kind to me. When I say to that particular customer, I'm giving you free shipping. But for announcing, to get attraction and to get people to say, oh my gosh, I've got to take advantage of the steal of the day or the steal of the week, it's because you're advertising that flat rate. And that's why I think it's important that you don't advertise free shipping. It's not that you don't give it. You just give it on a case-by-case basis, I guess.
The rooftops. You do want to reserve that for maybe someone's spending over $100 with you, and or $150 or $200. Certainly in certain situations, it's a wise idea to pick up that shipping because it's going to keep that person again coming back to you time and time again. And Kathy touched on a point, which was my next bullet point, sharing with them the value of a flat rate shipping. You will find when you explain to them, you're not going to go over, this is a value in and of itself. People will buy more than just the one item that's deeply discounted that week. They're going to try to get the maximum value out of that flat rate shipping. And then when you constantly every week have this steal of the week open, they know that they can count on you to give them a little bit of a benefit, whether it's the flat rate shipping or they're getting a discount, and they're going to keep coming to you time and time again. And you're probably going to see the amount of orders increasing. They're not going to feel so bad if they forgot to order the shampoo on that order. Heather's got another party link open for me and ready to go. But you have to explain to them, to receive this deal, you need to select ship to hostess so I can apply the discount to your order before and remove that shipping charge, or just say apply the discount is the easiest way to say it, to your order before I submit it at the end of the week. And after you do that, if you ladies are not doing this, a next step, please do it. And that's making sure that when you receive the shipping notification, I don't care if this woman has been ordering from you for 4 years, you still forward that on with a personal message to Tammy. Thank you, Tammy, so much for your recent order. You can find the tracking for your package below. I hope you enjoy your products. Again, remind her every time that if she's not happy with something, she has 60 days to reach out to you, and together you'll find a product that better works for her. And if you know her and you've developed a good relationship with her, that's when you really customize it. Hope you are well. Hope the kids are,
Yes.
and isn't keeping you on the run too much.
Yes.
And then whatever your tagline is to sign off, maybe you just do sincerely. I do wishing you health and wellness, Heather. So make sure you do that every single time.
Every single time. Absolutely. Well, and it's again, Heather, everything you're talking about is nothing that costs you anything but a little bit of a heart and the time that you're putting into it. And I just want to go back and Heather, our system defaults to ship to host. So if you say leave the default as ship to host, I'll change it and get confirmed. And I always say I'll confirm your address. That conversation, it says I'll confirm your address and verify the amount that you're paying before your order's placed. That's a little more of a conversation than leave it default ship to host. I mean, make sure every time you share something with them that you want them to know, make it sound like you're talking to them versus that one little sentence. And I think that's going to go a long way for them to understand what you're saying. So yeah, I love the fact that our system defaults to ship to host, because that's a no-brainer. But you want to make sure you say, leave it as it, it's going to say ship to host. Leave it, default to that. And I will circle back. I'll confirm your shipping address, and I'll confirm the amount being charged before we actually place your order. And that gives you another chance to say, by the way, was there anything else that you wanted to add since your shipping is flat? And I have to tell you guys, I remind them that because it's a flat rate shipping, here's the link to my online catalog. I don't send them the website link. I say, here's the link to the online catalog. And I let them pass that flat rate shipping on to their friends and family.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, it's always a no unless you ask. And I'm always saying, by the way, if you want your friend to take advantage of the flat rate shipping, here's the catalog link.
Right.
And I love the fact that catalog link is it displays the catalog so beautifully instead of the website link. The website link's a little bit kludgy getting through. And the catalog link just clicks on, the catalog beautifully opens. So don't forget, as Heather's talking about this flat rate shipping, they don't know they can offer it to anybody else. They don't know that you're giving them permission, right? So give them permission, yeah.
Right, absolutely. And that's so key, because it's having that opportunity at the end. And I usually do that as soon as I see someone's order come through. I will acknowledge that order in a message to her, and that's when I do that extra step that Kathy said. And you may say it's an extra step. It's not. It's service. You should be doing this with everyone at every time, no matter how many times, and it's important so that they know what their charge is going to be.
Right.
That you're offering, so they can balance their check. Don't just say, okay, I've got it, I'll apply the discount. You go that extra step. So important. It's critical, really. It truly is. We're going to move on from that topic of category, because I still have a couple of things that I want to share with you guys. The next is follow-ups, and this kind of ties into what we were talking about anyway. If you're not doing follow-ups, you're missing so much money in your business, whether it's a follow-up in the regards to what Kathy was just sharing about. If you're offering a discount, reaching out with that shopping link, that is a way to follow up. But we need to be following up. It's the 2 + 2 + 2. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months after someone makes a purchase. And even beyond that, I will still go through it, the 6-month mark, and look and see, has she placed an order in a while? You've got to be reaching out to these clients. And on our team page, we have Follow-Up Friday. And I like to follow up with people on Friday because they have the weekend to get back to me. And typically I find when I do follow-ups on Friday, they'll get back to me. But if it gets buried in the middle of a week, sometimes it's hard for them to remember to get back to me. So make sure that you're doing that. And when you're following up, that opens up the dialogue for bookings for the potential about recruiting teammates, for sprinkling those seeds that we sprinkle for recruiting at parties, throughout a party. It opens up that dialogue. If you have a client who's always ordering from you consistently each month, why not offer her the opportunity to join? Some people, I think, become afraid to lose that person as a client, but if you know that this person would be great at what we do, it will help you grow, because she'll come aboard, and then she'll bring teammates underneath her, and it will help move you up. So definitely don't be afraid of that, because there are always more clients for you if you are working your business, and if you're getting out there and booking those parties and getting beyond the little bubble where you are right now, and seeking out people at vendor events, seeking people out in social situations through maybe book clubs, maybe it's people that you know at church, or different community groups that you are involved in. Maybe it's the kids and this, the kid mom thing, the soccer mom, or the basketball mom, or the taekwondo mom, whatever it is. Make sure that you are expanding beyond your own sphere of influence. Then let's see, what else did I want to share? We talked about the peak times to post on my team page yesterday. So the most active time in your Facebook group is going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with the peak on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are really the highest days. So if you're looking and trying to do a strategy on the best time to go live on your page, that would be the time. And actually the best times are 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. And it did not list this, but I believe 8 p.m. That's another great time to get on, when people are home at the end of the day, they're relaxed, and they'll want to engage you. So make sure that you're doing that as well, because if you are not a presence on your page and you're just posting still images, that doesn't help your client connect with you. You want them to see you as more than their lemongrass spa consultant, but as their friend. And then also look at the content that you're posting. If you're constantly posting about sales, or this product, that product, you become white noise in a news organization feed. You want to post content that's of value. So natural tips about skincare. With each day of the week, we have our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can come up with a theme. Maybe it's Makeup Monday. Maybe it's Motivation Monday. Tuesday could be Tip Tuesday. The other one that I do is Toxin Tuesday. And I share about chemicals and skincare products. Wednesday could be Wellness Wednesday, Woohoo Wednesday, whatever you want to do for Wednesday. Thursday could be Think About It Thursday, and that's a great time to share the opportunity. It could be Thankful Thursday. There's so many different spin-offs that you could have. Friday, Fabulous Friday, Freebie Friday, Fitness Friday, and again, I could keep going on and on and on. But the idea is, when you create these posts, it doesn't need to be every day of the week about our products. It's a glimpse at natural living. It's a glimpse into a healthy lifestyle that's going to keep bringing people back to your page. I did a Fitness Friday recently, this past Friday, and shared different stretches to do in the morning. And people loved it, and they engaged, and we had a conversation. So you want your page to be so, so good that people can't wait to dive in every day to see your post and to engage with you. And that's the point of that VIP group, is creating that magic there between you and your clients. And, when you have your clients popping on saying, Heather, thank you so much for that extra treat that you popped in the order, or Heather, thank you for the recommendation of the recovery bomb. They just do it naturally when you create that community. And so that kind of, I think, leads in pretty well to some of the things that I think you wanted to share, Kathy, about the new group that we have. If you're needing content, we've got a brand new group that Kathy's spearheaded for us.
Yeah, but I want to see first if we have any questions for you. Let me see. Let me see if we have any questions. You know what, guys? If you don't do me a favor, while I'm preparing to share about this new group, post your questions, because I think some of them are way up. We have quite a few people on this call. Good for you guys. I am impressed. I am proud of you. And yeah, so just post your question. Nicole says, where's the best place to get your content, natural tips, etc.? Where do you find?
I'm plugged into like Dr. Mercola, Dr. Axe. Sometimes I'll just go to Google And if I have an idea in my head, for me, I was sore because I had taken a spin class the day before and I just needed to stretch. So I Googled that and, stretches for sore muscles and gentle stretches, because I've got some elderly people in my group too. So I didn't want it to have anything too extreme. And I found the content, I tried it, it helped, and then I just copied the URL and put it on my Facebook page. But again, you want to make sure that you're posting enough in your page, but not too much. If you're posting like 8 and 9 times a day in your page, you're annoying people. I would rather have 2 or 3 posts on my page that are of value and good information and content versus white noise. So make sure you're not becoming white noise in someone's news feed. It's all about.
It is. And guys, one of the things that, my heart tug by creating, it's called, and I'm going to send you an invite today. It's called Lemongrass Spa Customer Group Toolbox. And the purpose of this, I went to Heidi and to the leaders and I said, my heart is being tugged at all the time by the amount of questions and uncertainty that you have about a customer group. And it's really a community. Yes, it's called a customer group, but it's really a community that you're building one person at a time. It doesn't have to be large. I mean, it could get large, but that's not the purpose. Think about your smaller in-home parties. They are so much more intimate than when you do a party with 15 and 20. That's more crowd control. So I want you to think about your community group, your customer groups as an in-home. You're the host, and you've got all these individuals that you're inviting one at a time, and some are coming and some are declining for whatever reason. That's what a community group, customer group should look like. Now, what I did is I went to the leaders and I said, I need your help, guys. And they just rally around us. And so they're going to be starting each day. Each day we'll have a leader assigned to show up and be present in this group. In fact, one of the things I'd love for you to do, Heather, and I'll check with your calendar, is Heather did a training yesterday, and I've got my notifications, by the way, set to know when Heather comes live. You should have your notifications set to know when something happens in Coffee with Kathy. I don't care if they're notified for any other group. Of course, your leader's going to want you to be notified when they're posting also. But as soon as I see that Heather's going live, I click on it. Sometimes I stay the whole time. Sometimes I say, okay, got it, and I scoot out. But Heather did one yesterday, and it was about the engagement times and things. And we do have an album in here that I have shared, that link that she shared yesterday in her team page. I put in this one of these albums. But what I was going to say is when you enter your community group, your customer group each day, why not come in live each morning? Why not come in live and say, okay, it's Tip Tuesday. I can't wait to share some tips with you today. Be on the lookout. I'm going to go ahead and scoot out now. Have a wonderful day and come live. You don't have to do it every day if you don't want to, but I would do it enough that they look forward to seeing you. You'll see so much more engagement, and you always want to keep that if you're going to go live, always keep, I'm coming live this time every day. So it doesn't have to be the same time, but just on Wednesday, I'll come live at lunch. At Monday, I'll come live in the morning motivation. So that's something that's so easy to do. And guys, Heather and I are made up with makeup, but you don't have to be when you go live. You want to be authentic. Now you want to be, your shirts are clean, your backdrop is, things like that. You can have your kids around. There's nothing wrong with that because it's a short clip. It's not a training. It's a good morning message. But the most important thing is you are engaging and showing the real you to your customers, and they come to know you with the fact that, oh, don't worry about my dog, she's having a meltdown, or my kids are eating breakfast, you can probably see them in the background. That's okay. That's you.
That's
right.
That's what they love. They want to see peace into your life. So sometimes go live in the morning when I'm getting ready and just show them a quick, okay, ladies, I have 5 minutes to do my makeup today. I thought I would come live and share with you my quick makeup, And that, with that is when the magic happens.
It does.
Being you, being normal, being authentic, and be true to who you are. There are many times that I'll go live in my VIP group with just a swipe of lip gloss on and my hair up in a ponytail.
Yeah.
I'm making I'm making my own wet wipes, and I want to show them how I do it.
Yeah.
That real glimpse into your life. And all of this is that, the last thing I forgot to share, Kathy, was about the sales funnel that Lindsay Tompkins trained on last summer. And when I started implementing the tools that she shared, it really increased my business. You really do want to be making sure that you've got a sales funnel. You should have two groups. Or two things on Facebook. One should be your storefront, so to speak, on a business page. And then you have your VIP group. And on your business page, your goal is to get them over into your VIP group.
Yeah.
How you do that is putting these cute little segments, do videos. You can have still images where want to learn more, join me over here. Because we know when they go into group, they're going to see the notifications, the engagement's going to go way, way up. And then how I also get people into my VIP group is that at events, I'm sharing my VIP group link. And then when I send out the shipping notifications for a party, if you haven't yet already joined, it's part of my Facebook party, is to get them over there beforehand. But I always remind them in every email, it says that. If you haven't yet joined my natural living group, where I share healthy living tips, natural living suggestions, sneak peeks, discounts, and giveaways, please join here. Something like, don't get too caught up on verbiage.
Right.
It is better than getting so caught up that you never execute at all. And I think that's something that holds us back as direct sellers. We're thinking everything has to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your clients don't want perfect. They want you. They want to see you in an authentic way and connect with you. So work on that heart connection more than you work on perfection.
Yeah, and one thing with the algorithms or the Facebook change, and they're saying business pages, you still need them, of course, but they're saying a lot more of engagement is going to happen on your personal page. Now, that does not mean that you put your website link or shopping link or anything like that, but you can say, today I'm having a crash course in brows. If you want to learn more about how to frame your face with a brows, click here and come on over and join the fun.
Right.
Join the fun. So they're clicking to go over into your VIP group. So on your personal page, you absolutely should be doing that, saying what's happening, and then you best be, doing a crash course in brow at a certain time. When they get there, They know the time is this time. The other thing I want to say, Heather, is because you did mention this, and I think it's so important. If you guys aren't getting new users in your VIP group, it's because you're not actively letting people know. So create a tagline. I mean, some of the best marketing pieces are taglines. You know it. Nike, just do it, right? So that tagline, it has to have, and it should be something that you are cutting and pasting conveniently every time. It's not an automatic tagline. So if somebody says, can I have a new catalog? Absolutely. And then you copy and paste that tagline that says, you may want to join my group. Here's why. And you do it. If you guys aren't having a tagline already created and you're not including it every chance you get, tagline, again, it sounds very much like an invitation to join, like Heather said, something where you'll learn this. So work on that tagline. I'll help you. Your leaders will help you. Once you get it, you put it in a Word file and you copy and paste it to everything that you are sending out. It's so critical because you'll never get individuals in there if you're not consistent about offering them. You're inviting them, just like recruiting. Are you inviting? You don't care if they say no, but you have to say, have you ever thought about it? I thought about you because. So
that being bold too, and with all of this is I ask everyone when I'm doing my full service checkout at parties, I tell them about the group. I have like a little printed out sign that sits on my table with all of my products with the link right there. And sometimes I've done, if it's a new crowd, sometimes I'll warm them up. I'll give them a little soap sample if they join right then on the spot.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because that costs us pennies, ladies.
Yes.
And because sometimes you do have to dangle carrots to get them in there. But I'm telling you, they'll add their friends too. You know, that's another thing that you can do is say, do you know someone who loves natural products? With their permission, add them into the group, and I'm going to do a drawing at the end of the week. So you can make that into a fun little interactive post to grow you. But you know, you've got to be growing in ways where you're getting out there into the community. You've got to be bold. Don't be afraid of those no's. You know, you need to be looking at the people too that are at these parties, that are lingering at the table, asking those leading questions. You have to not be in your own bubble, but have that outward look, watching the crowd. That girl that's the most enthusiastic, that's piping in and saying ooh and ah, she's probably going to be your next date.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, because if you pay her the compliment, oh my goodness, have you ever thought about doing direct sales? You'll be fabulous, because, I mean, even if she says no, think about, you'll see her disposition change just by that compliment. You'll see her sit up a little bit straighter. I mean, you just showered that compliment and those little love notes, right? Those little hearts over her. You just showered her. Okay, so let's wrap up by me telling you a little bit more about this Lemongrass Spa Customer Group Toolbox. So what I did is I created albums, and just to give you an idea, there's 17, and you're probably going to think, but no. The reason I created 17 albums is because I wanted them to be very clearly labeled as to what you might want to share on any given day. We have the Sunday through Sunday, because Heather's right. You've got to be working your business on the weekend. So we've got those albums. But then I've got an album called News for Your Customers. And this is where I've got a link on how to fold a fitted sheet. I've got a link on makeup hacks that actually show a video of these two twin girls. They're just hilarious, but they show how to go to Staples and get something to store your makeup. So I've got a News for You Customers. I've got something called Make Them Feel Special. And it's all about things that you can do to make those customers feel special. Birthday, you know, things like that. If you know they have kids, which you should, sending things to kids. So that's an album. I've also got an album called Customer Appreciation, and that is sending customers thank you cards, etc. And then I've got an album and you've got to scroll over. When you get into the photo section, that's where you're going to click on album, but there's enough albums you got to scroll to the next screen. So we've got hashtags. I'm actually teaching you why you use hashtags. What are some of the most popular hashtags to use? We've got something called planning in social media. And this is where, again, I've got Heather's link, where it shows what days of the week, what you might want to say, what value you're adding during those days. Interaction posts, we can't forget those. It's kind of like engagement posts. So we've got interaction posts. We've got your welcome. What do you say? How do you make that new customer feel when she arrives into your VIP group? So I've got some welcome posts, and I've got some fanatical customers. Now, fanatical customers are posts where people want to post their kids. I mean, their kitties and their dogs. So they're just fun things. And these are most of the posts. Well, all the posts that I have done for you have your language already there. So I'm going to ask you two favors, and I'm going to be very intentional about what I'm asking you, so I need you to be intentional. I do not want any graphics. If you decide to bring a graphic in, you must put it in the album that you feel like it belongs in. I don't care if it's in a wrong album. I don't really care, because if you feel that's where it belongs, please place it there. However, I don't want any fuzzy graphics. If it's fuzzy, I'm going to ask you to remove it. So you can't get upset. I'm going to say, please remove that graphic, because I want these graphics to be so polished and so crisp, and something that I want them to have. I want everyone to have the freshest face possible when you're branding yourself and you're representing Lemongrass Spa. So very crisp, and I prefer you not bring in things, if at all possible, with handmade logos. Heidi is really careful about, understandably so, about what our logo goes on and how it looks on that particular graphic. So if it's something that I just don't feel looks as professional as if Bethany could have done it, I'm probably going to ask you to remove it. And then the other thing is, if you're bringing a photo, a graphic in, add the language. I mean, if you're using it, I'm sure it's because you've said something, which you should not be splashing a graphic without saying something to those seeing the graphic. Now, the engagement, the interaction ones, sometimes it say this or this. I don't really care if you put a language there, but I would always have something that I would say to my customers when I'm splashing, do you have iced coffee or Starbucks? I did Starbucks trivia. So I always like to add a little bit of my personality no matter what the graphic says. So the key is put the graphics in the album they belong, make sure they look very professional, and add language to them. And if you need some help, send me the graphic. If you're not sure, send me the graphic. We'll work on it together, and then we'll put it over into the album. This group is really designed to help you take your customer experience to a whole new level with not only the albums that I've created, but the support you're going to get each and every day from our leaders. I mean, they're so successful that why not tap into them? And they've been graciously accepting the challenge to come in and help each day. So I would love, Heather, if you would take one day, maybe next week sometime, and do your video, go live with that engagement time and things where you did it. Oh, it was wonderful. Yeah. Or you can share it, the video. Pardon me?
I would be happy to do that. And it covers more than Facebook. It's going to touch on all the different social media
It did.
that we have, and making sure that you are at some point every week touching one of them is important again for growing your business.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
I think there is one question. Let me see if I can. So Lisa asked about the steal of the week. Are you requiring a minimum purchase amount, or purchase this and get my steal of the week for this? Or are you offering the steal of the week and flat rate shipping with no, and I can't see the rest of it.
She's probably saying nothing else. So, I mean, when you offer a steal of the week, are there any strings attached to it?
No, because I'm not discounting things so much that I'm not making a profit. So I'm giving them flat rate shipping, either $4 or $5, and then the steal of the week I'll discount some, but I'm still making sure that I'm receiving a profit off of it. So that is the secret sauce. So they think they're getting two things, and they are getting two things. They're just a little bit discounted. Maybe you're taking 10% off that product and you're doing flat rate shipping of 5. So you have to look at what you're going to be doing that week. But if that's why flat rate is just so magical, because they're gonna take advantage of flat rate. They're thinking, wow, maybe I should stock up on this order. And I think you're gonna find the order amount totals are gonna go up when you do this. Same as if maybe you were to do like a flash sale where you did offer free shipping. When I do free shipping, there's a minimum there, and it's about $60 is the minimum, or $100. Somewhere in that price range, because again, you're paying for that's going to eventually come out of your commission. So just be smart about it. Do the math before you get so caught up in the product that you want to sell that you haven't sat down to do that math to make sure that you are still getting that profit off of it.
Yeah, and Lisa, I can't emphasize enough, when somebody buys the steal of the week or the deal of the day, you really need to make sure you're circling back to them, not only to thank them, but to say, if there's anyone else that you know that might like to take advantage of it, here's the link to the catalog. Feel free to share this flat rate shipping, share this deal of the day, share this deal of the week with your friends, because again, they're not thinking that behind them is 20 people they know until you say, feel free to, or I'd love it if you would share this with blah, blah. So again, the key is you take that opportunity when you see that sale come in to make that personal connection, to thank them, but then to also say, this will be going on all week. If you'd like to share it with anybody else, I'd love it if you'd share it with other people, or I'd love it if you'd share it with your mom or whatever, if you know that individual, and just, give them that idea. You're planting that idea, because otherwise they don't think, they shouldn't have to think this way. This is not a business they're running. It's a business we're running. So that's where that heart connection over perfection, that's where that heart connection comes in, because you're always thinking, what else can I, offer, what else can I suggest to them that gets them to be, more engaging with, they're the bridge between you and whoever else they know.
Yeah, there's a whole wall of women standing behind that person waiting to be serviced. And that opens up when Kathy does that. I mean, she has that opens up opportunities for her to say, oh my goodness, you got 3 additional or 3 items you tacked on this. Have you thought about booking a party? Or, you know, you've been using these products for a year. Have you thought about maybe sharing them and getting rewarded for it by being a consultant?
Yeah.
It opens up so much more when you, and it's something that can be easily forgotten. You know, we think, oh, well, I took good care of her. Yes, you took good care of her, but behind her is a whole tribe of women who she knows. And it's about getting access to them either through her as a hostess, for her as gathering those orders,
right.
or joining your team.
Yeah.
So always being on the lookout and seizing those opportunities at every turn.
Yeah. So I guess the bottom line is, guys, is be very intentional about the action and think about the reaction. Mm-hmm. So if you are too busy, you're in the middle of making dinner, then don't send that thank you. Wait until you're physically in the moment where you can sit there and have a conversation, because if you open that door, she's going to walk in and she may have some conversations with you, and you don't want to do that in the midst of making a dinner or, you know, changing diapers, whatever. You want to be able to say, this is the time slot I have given myself on this during this day to intentionally follow back up with those customers that have placed those orders, that have taken advantage with the, you know, with the deal of the day or the steal of the week. Yep. You know, Heather, Wendy just said something about a graphic. And Wendy, I think Wendy said a cute graphic that says, give me 5, and then talks about the 5 flat rate shipping would be fun. Oh, Wendy, I think that would be fabulously fun. So let's go ahead and see you make that up and put it in the Coffee with Kathy group. I would love that. In fact, then we'll put it over in one of the albums, or you can put it in one of the albums, Wendy, into the, I think that's a great idea.
That Steal the Week, they're going to keep coming back. That's another reason to be more engaged on your page. You know, I typically had been running 2 parties a month, and that's the other tip that I didn't yet get to, was to make sure that you're offering your clients something every month for a reason to reorder with you. Now you're giving them 4 reasons in a month to reorder with you. It's so, so important. And then every quarter, at least every quarter, I have people in my home. At least. I do some sort of party. I'll shake it up. It might be facials one day. It might be spring cleaning tips another day, where I show them how to use our essential oils for making cleaners. Keep doing that. No one's ever going to tire of coming to your home. You know, they will not tire. They will not grow weary when you're changing up the content of what you're offering. So.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. Well, guys, it's a wrap. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to still ask them in the Coffee with Kathy. I will send out the customer toolkit, group toolkit, and I'm also going to give you an idea on what you might want to do differently as far as the cover photo of your customer groups. That's something else we need to look at. And maybe a new type of announcement that you can put on your personal page to let everybody know that you have some new things going on in your customer group. And you really can put those on your customer page. So I'll share some of those ideas over the weekend, and I'll put them both in the Coffee with Kathy group, and I'll put them in the customer toolkit, because right now, you know, we're kind of like back and forth as far as who's going to be in the toolkit. So no worries. I'll be around all weekend. We'll get you guys started. The most important thing, though, is that $5 signing bonus. Don't get sidetracked, because your customer group is a great place to be able to say, you know, running this great signing bonus. Has anybody ever thought, if you've ever thought about it, you know, message me and I'd love to share more. You need to be, you know, uncovering those leads for that signing bonus. Once it goes away, it's gone. Yeah, it is. So, yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate the time. Yeah, this has been great. And I know you guys really appreciate it also. I'll put it under closed caption as soon as we get it downloaded. So no worries for those of you that need it that way. We'll make sure it happens. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Thank you so much, Heather.
My pleasure. Bye, everyone. You guys have
Bye, everybody.
Out there and kill it. You've got this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep. Let's rock it.